seeing so many people waiting to experience this. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's beautiful, man. That's what we do. All right, here we go. Hey, welcome to another episode of the Black Guy Who Tells podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
and we are live on a Sunday morning, ready to give you some podcasting on this snowed-in Sunday. We got like 11, 12 inches of snow, a Lexington still of snow last night, and we're in for the weekend, guys. No one's going anywhere.
We had 100 car accident up in Kannapolis somewhere.
Yeah, it was bad out there. We made it back. For those that were concerned, we made it to and from the Hornets game yesterday safely. We saw
they moved it to 12.
We saw Wimbiana. We saw the Hornets win their 6th game in a row. We don't give a fuck if you're the tallest man in the earth. We will still kick your ass. That's just what we do over here. But that's just a Charlotte thing. I wouldn't about that.
That's a Charlotte Hornets season ticket thing.
But I say we keep the good times rolling. The last time this man was on the show, we have a guest. He was on the show. He was promoting Maurice on Mars, his Comedy Central animated web series, and now he's back to promote a new project and product too, I guess. Yeah, and we're all selling out.
We all selling something.
Today's guest is comedian, podcast producer, and writer, here to promote his new upcoming scripted audio series, Judge Travis. It's Tim Barnes. What's going on, brother?
I'm good. Thanks again for having me on. I can't wait for the world to hear Judge Travis, and I appreciate you for being so welcoming. By the way, are you facing each other when you record these?
So kinda, yeah. Like if I look this way, I'm actually looking at Karen. So
okay.
Like, we're right. I could turn my camera a little bit. Y'all
can see me. This is me.
Yeah, we're in the same room.
We do the illusion. A lot of times people are like, "Are y'all leaving together?"
Yeah, very professional over here. No one would know. Just peeking behind the fourth wall there. Tell us about Judge Travis, man. Like, I have the audio clip I can play too, but can you give people kind of like a quick and dirty synopsis before I play them this clip?
Yeah, it's about the behind the scenes of a TV judge, like a Judge Mathis, Judge Joe Brown, Judge Judy type judge, and how what happens in his personal life affects his verdict. So the Judge Travis character is played by Bashir Salahuddin, who you see in Southside. He plays the police officer, hilarious person. I got to direct all 8 of these episodes. I ran a writer's room for the show, and it's really meant to feel like a sitcom for your ears. Like, my ideal world in which people start tuning into the show is that they listen to it in their cars with their friends. It becomes something that feels like a party record. Like elements of the Judge Travis character, it's like Red Fox. It's a little bit of my grandfather, who I lived with for 6 months when I got my first TV writing job. He's from Louisiana. Had nothing with love, had nothing but awful things to say to people all the time. And people like Steve Harvey. It's like this Judge Travis character is a mixture of like all these people that you kind of love to hate and hate to love in a weird way, and how you grapple with those types of characters. So it's a real passion project in that way. It's something that I pitched just like, it would be interesting to have a show about something like this. But then by the time that I actually wrote the pilot, I started to channel in a lot of like actual personal dynamics and realizing that this isn't just a comedy about the wacky things that happen on court shows. It's about the dividing line of the stage and what's happening behind the scenes. That's why I wanted to see how you're actually facing each other. And that's why.
Did you grow up on or do you currently like watch these daytime judge TV shows? Because I feel like I grew up on them for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know how big of a thing it was before, before like the 80s.
But I definitely, when they kind of came on the scene, because I don't think they were a big thing. Most old people watch like soap operas. Well, most old people that I know was like in the soap operas.
Well, I was gonna say I actually found it to be intergenerational and a bonding thing, because like it was one of the few things that my grandmama would watch with me, and we both were looking forward to it. It was like, girl, sit down. Let's do this. Let's see
what Judge Mathis talking about.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was tapping into too, because I don't necessarily tune into them all the time, but I do have it tethered to this memory of like the summer that I got fat was the summer I spent time with at my grandma's house, where she would just make a whole pan of biscuits and
force you to eat them.
eat the whole thing.
Yes.
her and my uncle who was there too, they would like sit down and watch Judge Judy, but almost like to actually take notes on how the court system in America works. So the question when I started writing the show is like, why is it always playing at the laundromat? What is our actual dynamic with these stern authority figures, male or female? Like, why do we just love seeing them rip into people? And who are these actual people? They in the intro to their shows their whole backstory, but what's the truth behind that? What happens when you get to put on that robe and become that character, and how does that actually mesh with what's going on when you're at home? So like the through line for this season, and the hope is that people enjoy this enough where it can easily be seen as something that become a TV show, either live action or animated. The thrust of this show, of this season, is like what's happening in Judge Travis's marriage. And I need to say that I pitched the show in the summer of 2021.
Okay.
All I knew about Judge Mathis's life was that he was a good family man. And then, I pitched in 2021. I think in 2022, I ran this writer's room with Rebecca O'Neill, Ian Abramson, Millie Tamarez, and Ben Holbrook. And I was really just kind of using my experience with my grandfather, because he's the reason I have so many grandmas because of this man. Someone who was a bit of a philanderer. But then one day, right before we started ramping up to actually like recording the episodes, I saw this TMZ video of Judge Mathis giving this like heartfelt apology to some camera guy to his wife, and I was like, oh, did we predict the the future somehow?
That is crazy when that happens, man. That I was I have a weird, I'll call it a gift. It's not, because it's not on purpose, of like this happened at Game Theory when we were writing, I think season 2. We spent a whole, like, everyone, they're super sports fans. Like, I'm more of a fun sports fan than I know the stats guy. Right. Anyway, we were coming up to showtime. The show taped at the time, I believe, on Saturdays and air, or Sundays, and aired on Sunday night. And man, it's like Friday, or they're finishing the touches on things. And one of the things was the MLB baseball strike. And they were going in. They was like, we got to do this and we got to write this. And we're in the meeting, and I go, hey man, but what if they resolve the strike before the show starts? Then we'll be fucked, because we'll have worked on this. We don't even have a backup plan. And they're like, they're not going to resolve the strike. It's a fucking baseball strike. It's been building for years. It's going to go forever. I was like, okay, I don't know as much about this as you guys, but it just feels like we should think about that. 15 minutes later, they resolved the strike. I know
they looked at you like, word, Rod.
Yeah, you're so tapped into the news that like you start to predict the future. And this show is like one of those where it's like tapped into Hollywood and pop culture and politics, because this is my first time, show running. Essentially, this is my first time directing actors, like really being involved on that degree. So it's a lot of notes back and forth with the network that originally picked up the show. And at one point, the idea was that Judge Travis legitimately has an offer to become, and that is essentially that's an element of this. Judge Travis has an offer to become a Supreme Court justice. But we kind of tamped an element of it down a bit. I think that originally the idea is that he is going to become a Supreme Court justice or something. And that seemed impossible. And that was back with the idea of like the Steve Harvey-ness of that type of person. But nowadays, this was written when it was still the Biden administration. But now that Trump is back, it feels absolutely possible that Steve Harvey
100%. Like if I looked up and Judge, if like Clarence Thomas resigned and they were like, Judge Judy will be taking his place, I'd be like, that makes sense. In a Trump world, they're not even going to do the whole process of vetting her the way they normally do. It's just going to go rubber stamp, no matter what she's got in her past. So, and honestly, it's so bad now. I could see them nominating Judge Judy and us, the regular people, normal people, being like, you know what? She wasn't as bad as the other choices. Because it was her, Paula Deen. And I don't think Paula Deen would have necessarily made it through the process. Like that, like that's how fucked up we are now.
Right.
Like it's hard to write comedy that satirizes life anymore.
Yeah.
Because so many times you're like, oh no, that happened, that could happen, or that it already happened, you know?
Yeah. Not to mention the fact that I think a little bit after the show got the green light, Steve Harvey actually ended up having a court show.
Yes,
he did.
And I'm not even gonna lie, it was so much fun. Me and Roger would sit down and watch that show. It was ridiculous. It was outrageous. It was all over the place. But it was just something about him that I just love that show.
Like you said, people have a love-hate relationship with these type of figures. And I think, you know, especially on social media, it's easy to go for the hate because hate is like more of a currency on social media. But it's like the person's clearly around for years and decades, making money, being in the zeitgeist, always getting a new job. So clearly some of us we love and hate these people. It's you know, people that go, oh, Kevin Hart, he's so unfunny. I was like, he sold out a stadium. Somebody clearly think the man's funny.
Agree.
And what I liked about the Steve Harvey Judge show was like, this is the perfect nonsense to put this person in. You know what I mean? Like, we don't really need him doing serious stuff. I like
that in Family Feud is his lane.
Yeah, Family Feud. He's probably the best Family Feud host we're ever going to see in our lifetime.
Yes, we are.
That is exactly where he should be. The areas I don't like Steve Harvey are all serious areas where he's like, let me tell you what men's and women's need to do. I'm like,
and that is actually very personal to me. This I keep mentioning Steve Harvey, but I genuinely think that he's a hilarious comedian. I used to listen to his radio show. My mom would play his radio show, like taking me to school all the time, and we would get these deep belly laughs all the time. That on the flip side of that, as a young black man, I would listen to it, I would start laughing, but then it would like turn. It was like, this is my advice to the general monolithic troublemaking black youth. And
right. Right. I'm like, not this Steve, not too much. Not too much. We was good. We was good when you was just picking on how people pronounce things wrong. That was better.
Yeah, his joke about it's the only joke of his that I remember is when it's like a Temptation style group. And it's like 5 singers, 1 mic. And you have this
yeah. It was if I would have known laughing at those jokes was going to lead to him writing books about like, now ladies.
He had 2 whole movies about it.
Yeah,
I got to meet him once. I got to meet him.
What was it like?
I started doing stand-up in Chicago, and he used to have a talk show, like a daytime talk show. And there was a segment called Ask Steve. And my friend Ian Abramson, who's also a writer on the show, he got to go into this segment on the show where it's kind of like they kind of hand you like a question to ask him a bit, and then he'll riff and tell some jokes. But then I asked if I could ask a specific question because a couple days before I appeared, I actually did get heckled on stage for the first time. So I asked if I could ask a question about that. And it was that show was just as weird as his court show. Like so many, you know, you're trying to like, and also court shows, they tape like 8 episodes a day. Family Feud is similar. I think they tape a similar amount. It's like a revolving machine. It's like crazy.
I can't imagine how much work it is too for him, because he's not a just read the cue cards guy. He's they ask a question and then he like gets up from the judge chair and like walks all the way down to the defendant and like leans over the table and fucking like puts his hand he's never just satisfied with just
the script.
I read the cue card and that's what we're gonna do here. So like I can't imagine doing 8 of those in a row for Steve Harvey. I'm sure it's like they must put the cape on him at the end, like James Brown. Like, just all right, man, come on, you gave it all.
And that's what I will say is that he is someone who became there's a level of fame where you become a caricature of yourself, and I'm so interested in that. Like, you know, someone like Jay Leno isn't just a human being to most people. He's just like he's a character. Yeah. Steve Harvey is in that similar lane. I used to write
famous people. Like so many people are like if I saw them do something normal, it would feel more weird than them, you know what I'm saying, being the character that they are. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you just saw like, I don't know, Steve Harvey waiting in line to DMV, it's almost like you'd be disappointed. Like, what? You're not gonna prance around and get upset and exasperated with everybody fucking the DMV up. So you just gonna wait in line like a regular person like me. Okay, that's your choice, but not very entertaining.
When I asked him the question, though, he stopped being a character to me. Like, there was a moment of like, I think he had retired from stand-up at that point, and he seemed genuinely like inspired and excited to give some genuine advice about that. And of course, it ended up turning into just like some crazy riffs on what you can say to a heckler or whatever. But that has always stayed to me. He's a character. He's someone that, you know, my family loves. He's someone that I have very fond memories of, like watching his sitcom and everything. But I'm really interested in the fact that that a lot of people have complex feelings about him, and I think it's a worthy time to just explore, you know, the ins and outs of that kind of thing.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna play this audio clip from the trailer just because we were listening to it this morning. It's so funny, so good. So let me pull this up, and you guys should be able to hear it because I have my settings set up. But if it's not, if you don't hear this after about 10 seconds, you guys say something in the chat.
No, yeah, let us know in the chat.
Don't have you looking stupid.
Justice may be blind, but I can see right through your narrow behind.
You watch reality TV court shows every day for, let's face it, the insanity.
I'm suing this heifer for her blatant thievery of my style.
Heifer? I am just as slim thick as you.
All right. Somebody bring out the measuring tape.
But it turns out that things get even crazier behind the bench.
Baby, please don't go. You're the center of my life, and without you, I'll be completely lost and apparently out of $28 million.
Judge Travis is a new comedy audio series that highlights fake leaked footage from America's favorite fake TV judge, Percy Travis. And Percy would have you think that in addition to being America's top TV judge, he also has America's most faithful marriage. But this here footage tells a different story.
Friendship building behind her back is normal, natural. I'm just spreading the love.
And to top it off, he's interested in becoming the next Supreme Court justice. The Judge Travis podcast features the voices of Bashir Salahuddin from HBO's South Side as Judge Travis.
Must think I'm a donut. I don't have to sprinkle and shit.
Langston Kerman from HBO's Insecure as his producer, Jax.
Don't overthink the hair. Anything can be fixed in post. I know the effects people in Marvel who make Robert Downey Jr. seem likable.
Brandy Denise from that Starz series, Power, as his bailiff, Raquel.
I'm literally the most underpaid bailiff on TV.
Keisha Sharp from UPN's Girlfriend and Fox's Empire as his wife, Shirley.
You would not. No, it's about damn time for this showdown.
Amber Ruffin from CNN's Have I Got News for You as the narrator. Guess that means I'm out of a job.
Now get this. Judge Travis knows exactly who that man in the suit is.
And even comedy legend George Wallace as his barber, Greg.
The king has returned.
So listen to Judge Travis wherever you get podcasts starting on February 11th. And subscribe now so you get the first episodes as soon as they drop. Oh, and remember, this show is totally fake.
Man, what a cast.
Yes, that was my thing. How did you get so many people?
That was a journey. That was actually the biggest learning curve for me, is like the casting process, because every time that we reached out to someone, I wrote a letter to each one, and it's kind of like a waiting game. And then while you're waiting, you get attached to this idea of the person playing the role. And then once you get a no, it's like, was that a real no because they didn't like it, or did their rep even send them the material, or were they genuinely too busy? Those are the things that go through your head. So it's just like a long, painstaking process. But I do ultimately, I'm super happy with everyone. I think the perfect voices, particularly Brandy Denise, who's one of the funniest comics as the bailiff. I think she brings a lot of like authenticity to the whole project, because she's just talking in her specific way of communicating. And in directing this, I gave everyone room to riff, and the fun of it in the editing process was finding the little moments that make it feel real, to really make this feel like you're eavesdropping on, you know, tapes from behind the scenes that no one wanted you to hear.
How involved are you in the like directing, production, recording, all of that type of stuff when it comes to this project?
very, very involved because I used to be a podcast producer. So
Right.
Okay.
one of my goals for this is to open the path for what scripted audio comedy can be, because I think it can be very. I think there's a tendency to use the whole palette. Same with animation. It's like, oh, I can do anything, therefore I should do anything. With
Right.
audio, it's like, oh, why not have explosions and all this stuff? One of the things I'm most proud of is that this is a show where most of the sound effects are doors opening and footsteps, and it's all about the musicality of just like human communication and some of the
Yes.
awkwardness and crazy things, and getting that balance of different voices. Like, I'm proud of getting Langston Kerman to play a character that's not just a heartthrob. Like, this character's kind of just kind of a nerd. And I think when you just listen to Langston Kerman, there, like, he needs to be highlighted for that nerdy element more than
because his podcast is kind of nerdy. You know, my mama told me, with all the, like, you know, hood conspiracies and whatnot, that's like there's nothing heartthrobby about that, you know. But yeah, whenever he's on camera, it's always like, you know, the handsome guy. So yeah, that is cool to see him out of an element, and it is a different consideration in audio form because like me and Karen, we've done audio like plays and audio work stuff before.
Yes.
Recently, I think 2 years ago now, I was doing Drapetomaniacs.
Yeah, and I got to
and
do a part.
we did. I think I did a voice on every episode and like different characters and stuff. It was because to me it was just as fun as the writing, like like being able to we do like you do a table read before you get your cast people, and every once in a while, like, I do something good enough they're like, no, you just do that. We're not gonna reach out to anyone else. You just remember these lines. We'll record these, and
yes, you nailed the part.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, like, the new technology of it is also making it easier because we don't all have to go to the same studio or be in the same place. Was that an easier thing for you to be like, okay, cool, Bashir can record his audio here, and then Langston can record his audio there, and then George Wallace can record? Like, was that easier or more complicated to organize all those schedules?
It got very complicated. My original plan that kind of got shot down was to get a cast that could actually record for like a week together, like with actual lav mics, and they're actually walking through hallways, and they're actually like, we capture it that way. Because I had this vision of like, well, I can just wear headphones and direct it like a filmmaker, and just like say, walk through that door and say this, and like it sounds authentic as it actually is. That became more and more impossible. Then the plan was to get all of the core characters like recording together in one location. That became more and more impossible. So yeah, I know that there was one moment. There's a scene in episode 4 of the show. No, episode 5. That was the first time that 2 of the characters were actually in a room together. It was Brandy and Bashir. And they just started riffing. They started riffing for elements that weren't on the page. And it was magical to me because it was the first time I could hear the show. Because otherwise I'm recording with people separately and I'm telling them to try all these different tonalities so that when we get to the editing room, I can cobble it together to find the ones that match the best. But hearing that was like a revelation to me. And that it was absolutely...
Actors' chemistry live is something else to kind of watch in action, because no matter what you write or how much you plan, you also, and I kind of learned this from Roger, you also have to give the actor a chance to bring it to life, and their vision of what it is a lot of times enhances what you already have. It's like allowing them to freestyle, allowing them to do certain things.
It's a collaborative project, and I think, at least, like, not to toot my own horn or whatever, but I think one of my gifts is making everyone feel valued in a collaboration.
Right.
And it's, I mean, one, everyone should be, but also it's like intentional, right? Because everyone's there to work on a thing. If people start feeling like I'm just a piece on the board that's just being wound up and told what to do, like, people check out, man. You're not gonna get the best out of people. So, like, and that was like a lesson when I was on Game Theory. We'd have like sketches and stuff we wrote, and you're right. I mean, you're right. I'm a hey, can we get 10 punch ups for this thing? I'm a punch up machine. Like, bam, here you go. That's 10. Let's go. Like, here's 20. Like, like I'm okay if some of them are shitty. Like the goal is to shoot, and then y'all find the good ones, and then we find something until we finish it, right? And it can be a little bit exhausting, but you just do it. It's part of the job. But what you write, not necessarily what's making the screen, because like you can take something, an actor can get inspired, riff a little bit. They can even come with the opposite idea, but it's because of your idea. It's like, oh, what if we play it this way? And you just find some gold and you're like, shit, that was better. And like also having the humility to be like, yeah, that was better than what I had. Like, let's roll with that. Right. That's another big element. Like all these collaborative things, man, are so it's so tenuous, and being at the center of something where it's your idea. Yeah. It's like a weird balance between like control, but also freedom for people.
I liken it to someone like Duke Ellington. Like it's like conducting a jazz band, because and I know I went through like a bit heavy Duke Ellington phase where I read his autobiography that was called Music Is My Mistress. And sometimes some of the musicians in the band would be like, hey man, you stole this riff that I was just doing on the side, and you put like but he was always listening, and then and you know, collaborating with people like Billy Strayhorn and stuff. And I think that with this being my first time, like Maurice on Mars was something I wrote every episode of, and I learned a lot of, it wasn't a perfect show, but I learned a lot of valuable lessons from it. And so when I got this project, I was like, I need to get some writers in the room, and I need to bring them on board in a way that they feel positive ownership of it as well. Same thing with all the actors. And when we got, so I don't know if all of the actors even like read the full 8 episodes. We never had a table read or anything. And the way that that we recorded this is like all the lines are numbered, and you say, okay, we're doing line 22. Just start off doing 3 different takes of it, and I'll give you some feedback and try 3 different takes of it. And so then you end up with like files and files and files. I tried to think of it as like sifting through records at a record shop of all these different versions of all the lines. And so the editor that we had a list of my favorite takes from all these separate recording sessions. So the first cut of it was like one thing, and then it's like sifting back through the records to feel like, well, maybe they say this, maybe we hear this like authentic reactional grunt to this or something like that. But when it came to, since I couldn't get all the actors on board, we had, I forget what the technical term for it, but we had an actor, my friend James III, come in, and so he's in the room mostly with like, especially Bashir, I think it was like 4 days of recording in LA. And so I would have these moments where it was just like, read this, we'll record it for safety, but just read this chunk of dialogue together, so you can really feel what's the momentum of you as you're like going in from this hallway into this room and having this conversation. And then we'll start doing the individual lines so that we can edit it best in post. But for me, it was all about trying to get to some sort of authenticity to the scenes. And then the court cases are absolutely insane, but that also adds to like the number of characters. Like each episode has at least 2 litigants. And I again just can't express how fun it is. But also like I want people to listen to it. I want them to listen to it with friends. I want them to
I think
care
also
about these characters.
Sound is tough too, because like it's like movies, right? When you watch a movie and then someone pulls out a sword and it makes that sound effect that no sword has ever made in life, because that's not how sound works. You know what I mean? Like you don't look at a knife and hear a shing with the light in a certain way. But our brains are wired in a way that if they took that sound out of the movie, we're now at a point where you'd be like, that this movie's not good. They didn't even put the shing in there. I think the same thing about like the audio drama of it. There's certain times where like a sound effect has to be a sound effect, because the sound of a door opening in real life doesn't sound like a door opening.
No, it doesn't. It's very quiet.
In people's imagination, it's such a weird thing to do. But yeah, like when this type of production, like I said, even for Drapetomaniacs, there's so many little moments where it is like, no, it needs to sound like the music from the car gets loud as the car approaches and then fades out as it drives. Like, and you have to catch those little things. So I'm sure your producer was working overtime with that stuff, and I'm sure as I was recording, you know, people were doing that too.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, when you say like sounds, something that I think is hilarious is like women's heels. Because women's heels do click loud, but for most people they don't. So it's just really funny to hear that click, clack, clack.
Yeah, we had
it's almost like a boom, 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 like when you're watching. I didn't, you know, because when you're talking about that, I was like, yeah, I've heard women's heels clack, and they don't clack like that.
We had an episode of I think it was Drapetomaniacs, and it was about the trial of it was either Ophinia or Sada Shakur.
Yeah.
And I wrote it as How to Get Away with Murder. And so we had to add the high heel sound effect because Viola Davis. It's like, no, louder. The sound, the heels need to be a little bit like just enough.
The heels need to be a little louder than the people talking.
Yeah. Like, we need to know she stomped through that court.
Yeah, we do.
She got up in there. Now that's super fun, man. And then, like, in your mind, did this start as a live action or as a cartoon or what, or was the original format in your head like, audio drama, and then we'll work our way up?
This was originally pitched as an audio drama, but I've gotten to a point where I don't in my heart have any divisions between animation, live action, or audio. To me, it's just story. And I think that if you listen to the show, you can see it translated. Just like you can watch a cartoon and you can like, oh yeah, I can see how that I could make this live action. I don't care about the medium so much anymore because the mediums are shifting so much. I just care about like, what is the funniest way to tell the story? And having worked in audio is like, what is the best way to ease people into the world of the show? And so in doing that, you know, that's how I came up with the idea of like, it's found behind the scenes audio. And then you're hearing that paired with the actual court cases. But then you're also hearing how, you know, the producer Langston is reacting to stuff because of the leaked audio. But with that came the general idea of like, we have Amber Ruffin as the narrator, but we're using her surprisingly sparingly. We're not using her to like, and then they open the door and now we're not surprisingly showing up at people's houses. Like, we're really following the logic of like, it's only the bailiff and the judge's mics that we're hearing from behind the scenes. And we're not calling too much attention to it, but it's a limitation that we stuck with. And I think that just enhances the story. And I think, you know, we went through rounds of like pitching it to, you know, as a live action show, as an animated show before the episodes are coming out. We'll probably go through the same rounds after the episodes come out. But I think that it's something where as animation, it would be something that's more akin to like King of the Hill, a show that you watch and you're like, wait, why is this? Does this have to be a cartoon? And you're like, I guess so, but it just makes sense. It just works.
And also like the way these streaming services are like kind of mining for content. And even content that has proof of concept, right? Like Netflix just bought a bunch of podcasts, like podcasts that aren't new. Like these are not even like, oh, hey, coming soon, the so-and-so podcast. Like, hey, remember how you were watching that on YouTube? What if you could only watch it here? So like, you really like, I think it behooves all creatives to not have as much of a like attachment to the idea of like a certain type of media, because
it consistently evolves.
Fallout was a video game, now it's a hit TV show,
right?
You like One Piece is an anime, now it's live action. Like,
they're crossing all over the place.
People, and then most of these Netflix shows are audio dramas anyway, because they know most people aren't looking at the screen. So my idea for this show is like one where it feels like if you're in the hallway and someone's listening to the show, you might think that they're watching a TV show, because like they're telling creators, to the writers of these shows, to like explain it through dialogue. It's like the opposite of show don't tell. Like repeat it.
I just watched the rip.
And repeat yourself over and over again. And somebody like me paying attention, going, I know you already told me. Then I have to go, oh, this is for the people that's in the kitchen right now.
Yeah, I just watched the rip, and the rip was like that with Mark Wahlberg and Ben Affleck. It's like every scene basically was a synopsis somewhere in the scene. I was like, God, this must have been excruciating to write. Like, to have to be like, all right, man. So in this scene, the cop is gonna like betray the other cop. Okay, cool. Yeah, well, can he like say that he's betraying him like 2 or 3 times? Like, what? No, why would they need to keep repeating?
Yes,
the betrayal is happening to these people in real life. In real life, you don't say it twice.
No, you don't. And so for me, I have a brain glitch because I'm used to watching shows that don't, depend on how the format is set. You ain't gonna get no 45 explanations, but you're gonna go on. You need to pay attention.
But you know what though? Every once in a while, I'll catch myself being like, I was on my phone. Thank God they said that again. Like people be sometimes I'm part of the problem. Depending on my level of interest in something, I can also be that person that needs. I'm like, what the fuck? Do I need to rewind? It's like Netflix, like, no, I got you. I can't believe you killed your son. That is a wild thing to do. You killed your son 5 seconds ago and then came in here for me to be accessory to the crime. Wow, this is insane. Listen, I killed my son. Okay, I need you to be an accessory to this crime. I'm like, thank God I was playing Wordle and I don't have to hit rewind.
I missed that part.
I think there's something about the Black experience where I am just used to like missing shit and having to catch up. Like I couldn't, like my grandpa, my papa from Louisiana, like I couldn't understand anything he said for the most part. I just had to like catch up. I had to wait a couple seconds, sometimes a couple minutes before I got the context. But interrupting to find out didn't. So I'm fine with not understanding something, and that actually makes it almost more exciting. Like, what happened? I try to avoid pause and rewind.
I like a good like you missed it. And like they got your ass. I like a good that too. You know what I mean? Where it's like, wait a minute, that little boy, Bruce Willis was dead. Like I like, you know what I mean? Like that's cool because then you go back and rewatch the movie. It was like, shit, he didn't pick up that cup. Like I thought he did. Why wouldn't he drink the coffee? Because he can't touch the coffee. Like I need that in my life. But I guess the people that know the algorithms and what we click on and watch and all that shit, they probably we're fucked as creators, dog. There's just some executive somewhere like, guys, they don't even watch the shows. They just get play. And then they go on Twitter and they argue about it like they watch the show.
That's why sometimes some of the writing goes down. Like it dips because for some of the writing, like, why am I writing my best?
Well, even if it's good,
even if it's good,
you get notes. So like. You like
okay to dumb it down.
Once you've been part of one of these processes, it's hard to, at least for me, I don't get as adamant or angry about certain writers and directors and shit because I'm like, you never really fucking know what you might have turned in some A+ premium motherfucking art house ass shit.
Like your vision is not what they put out.
And I'm not even saying these people are wrong, but someone else's job who has to sell the shit comes to you and is like, actually, we can't make Captain America a silent film. It
needs sound.
Like I appreciate the vision and the whole black and white.
Not out to you, but
like Charlie Chaplin was amazing, and that's like really dope. What you want to do?
Crossover in the Technicolor, but nah, dog.
But if this motherfucker doesn't make $1 billion, we're all getting fired. So please go back and make him beat some people up.
That's like the worst thing though, when you can see the notes. Like some of those like last Star Wars movies, I could like the notes might as well have been subtitles that popped up.
Oh my God. Like dog,
that's hilarious.
That's last trilogy of Star Wars. And for the record, I'm a Star Wars. Me and Karen, we're Star Wars sluts. Okay, we love Star Wars. Don't take our word for it. We love it. We love all of it. We even the shit everybody hates. I'm like, nah, that was kind of good.
Me too.
Yeah.
But the way that last trilogy was just each movie was a referendum on the one before it was fucking crazy. That could happen at that higher level where somebody like you said, you're feeling the notes of them being like, there's not enough Kylo Ren in this motherfucker. Like, what are y'all doing? And then it's like, that's a lot of Kylo Ren. Somebody got some notes.
It's kinda it kind of boils down to the fact like there's this big group hug between the main characters at the end of the Rise of Skywalker. And I felt nothing about it. It was like, what journey have they been on as characters together where like I'm supposed to feel something about this hug at the end? I think that was the greatest failure.
I think what killed it for me, because one, it was a lot of nerds arguing online. So then with Star Wars, I think it's almost impossible to not have some polarized view of it because some of the fan base is like very disingenuous and like
yes, they are
and toxic and shit. And you're like, I don't want to be with. Like, I didn't like that part, but damn, I don't want like women to not have jobs or whatever the fuck. Like,
right.
Why is a woman talking? You're like, well, no, not you.
Yeah.
But I do, so it was kind of a hard thing to find any community in that. And so I think it pushed me towards like a place of like, fuck it. It was originally for kids anyway. I'm just gonna like all the shit, watch all the cartoons and all that. And I understand the criticism, but I'm scared to take a step towards it because I'm afraid we're gonna end up in like whatever crazy land.
Yeah.
But the way that the Rian Johnson Star Wars is so different from J.J. Abrams Star Wars, it just felt like something was happening at the top of Star Wars. like they just ain't have nothing to do with like a specific, but like someone up there was like, fuck the Force Awakens, man. Are y'all serious? Nah, man, this shit need real pathos and drama. We need a statement about capitalism and all that.
Yeah,
and then they made Rian Johnson's joint, which I did like. I'm not gonna lie, but then like someone saw that at the top and was like, man, fuck, where are the lightsabers?
You know what it is? It's like I feel like at the time it was like the peak of Twitter. And I feel like perhaps
and they were
actually
listening. Yeah,
they were actually listening. They were handling the franchise the way that Donald Trump is handling.
Yeah,
like Donald Trump is looking at Twitter. They're all looking at.
I can see that completely makes sense.
That's
because
true.
As you go on, you go, oh, the original vision was gonna be completely. Like not the same as this vision right here. Like when we ended, and it's almost like we got three separate, like you said, three separate stories, and there wasn't that middle person that was like, okay, can we collaborate? Like you said, right there, you need that collaboration person. You got somebody go, okay, we can go up 5%. Okay, we give you 15,
well,
like that negotiator to make the story make sense. Like somebody.
I think also when the thing you're actually responding to is like social media stuff, those people aren't necessarily even real or have any real stakes in the thing,
right? And they're not reasonable.
And this is before studios really learned, because I think it was like not till Morbius that they accepted this idea of like,
that.
Yeah, but they accepted this idea of like, the internet people aren't necessarily leaving their house to do this shit. Like some of them, their part of the entertainment is only saying Star Wars sucks and making like a YouTube video about it. They're not going to go in droves and be like, oh, you guys made the Han Solo movie that we all complained and said, we don't want to see this bullshit. Give us Han Solo. What happened to when white men had black best friends and they fucking ran the galaxy?
And, and that shit was flames. And I was like, let's go number 2. And they didn't even go support it.
Yeah, they didn't even watch Han Solo. And I think it took that for them to be like, okay, maybe not too much on giving the internet credit for shit. So, but but that was a huge learning curve, and it did kind of suck. But yeah, you're right. There's so many times when you watch something, you're like, yep, they got notes, and they had to say this thing 12 times because someone told them this is confusing, and people can't follow it from their phones, and it is nice to be in charge of something and not do that. You know what I mean? To be like, hey man, they need to rewind the podcast a little bit so they can see when he walked in the room if they really don't understand he's in a different room now.
Yeah. Like I try to go for the idea of like, the audio version of show don't tell. So it's like hear don't tell. Like you can hear that, someone got up from their chair or whatever. But yeah, it's I hope it, this is just like added to the language of audio dramas and audio comedies.
Nah, I can't wait, man. The trailer sounds amazing. The concept is fire. And the people in the cast are so hilarious that I know it's gonna be good. Are. So I'm definitely
a lot of our favorite shows.
Definitely gonna be tapped in. You said February 11th is when it releases.
When it releases, yeah. Everyone can subscribe now wherever they get podcasts. The trailer's out, and that would be a huge help. And then on February 11th, the first 3 episodes drop, and then the following 5 Wednesdays, the remaining 5 episodes will come out. So I hope that everyone tunes in. You get all the information on it at judgetravis.com, and let's make it a dialogue. I don't know if Black Twitter's back. But,
man, Black Twitter is on Threads now. Some shit. I can't keep up with what
I keep trying to figure out Threads. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
I feel like Black Twitter did. There's like a great migration happening.
It is
digitally, and I'm just like, where are we going? Like, I'm just in the middle of the street in Memphis holding my shit.
Yeah.
Like, where
see
y'all
that
going?
Black Planet came back. I saw that Black Planet is
It
back.
did for a little bit, yeah. I think like didn't Solange invest in that shit or something? Like it was.
I don't know.
I don't know where they at, man. I don't know where the blacks are these days. Because I also feel like the blacks, we are segregating ourselves within blackness too. So it's like, listen, very uptight political Black Twitter. We going to blue sky. I'm like, okay, I don't know if I fuck with. I agree with y'all. I just don't know if I want to be living in y'all neighborhood.
Funny, and we don't take jokes.
I like to do silly things sometimes that actually don't make a lot of sense, and I'm not offensive, but I don't need y'all looking too far into what I'm saying. It's just a joke. And so then like Threads, I found, one, the IG baddies are also on Threads. So that's a plus for them. But then also they a little uptight about shit on Threads. I'm like, And then of course on Twitter, it's just burning crosses. Like it's just like, I'm like, I don't know.
Crosses and then the occasional porn video. It was like
it's like,
thank you found the middle ground, y'all.
Titty Tuesday, and 1776. Like, oh, okay, that's at the same time. I don't want to turn this into a kink. Now I got to live with this. Like, but yeah, it's crazy to be a bit, digitally separated as Black folk. I don't know where we're going. And then like every time I do look into something, I feel like I hear a bad thing about it too. Like I think one was like fan base or something. Everybody's like, I go to fan base. It's like for the Black folks. I was like, okay, and then I went in to Threads, and like Francesca Ramsey had made like a 12 thread post about don't fuck with fan base. I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know.
Yeah,
that was the problem. I'm gonna go back to Twitter with the races. Y'all let me know.
Y'all figure this out.
Y'all send me a DM if y'all over there to let me know where to go.
I don't mind being the last one to move to the neighborhood, and I'm old and I feel like this. Like I feel like all the food apps. Why I need to get a why? Like I have a brain. My brain has reached its limit. I was like, okay, no more sites for me, and I know this thing's gonna be around forever. I'm not joining new shit just to join it for y'all to abandon it and go on somewhere else.
Well, I'm definitely old. I saw a Twitter thing from like one of these pop culture things I follow, and it was like Horse Girl serves at the MTV Awards.
Yeah, I saw it too. What is that? Who is Horse Girl?
Right,
she has a horse face, and not in a mean way. I'm not saying that. No, she's not a human. Right. Who has
this isn't no Sarah Jessica Parker slander. This is like she got an actual horse face. That's not an exaggeration.
She got an actual horse face.
Yeah, I'm gonna scroll my Twitter and bring it up for y'all. I'm gonna pull it up for you, and I'll show y'all what I saw because I was just like, oh my god. But it was this tweet here from Pop Crave. It says Horse Girl, which is spelled HORSEGIIR capital L.
What?
Right? serves at Spotify's 2026 Best New Artist Party in Los Angeles. And it's a video, so you can see them zoom in on Horse Girl serve.
Oh, that's not CGI?
No. That's
no. What?
I was looking. I was scrolling Twitter earlier today or last night, and I saw that a new wave of conspiracy theory that is like doctored AI photos is saying that Zoran Mamdani's mom was on Epstein, hung out with Epstein on the island, and now some fringe theories within that perhaps Mamdani is Epstein's son. So Twitter really is like a.
And then
you can my brain was like,
but what's crazy, Mom Donnie's dating Horse Girl. I heard that shit last night. It's crazy. Yeah, but
that's hilarious.
But I feel like I'm at the age now where all young people celebrity news sounds exactly like that sentence I read of horse girl serves. Like even when they're not
knowing.
Yeah, even when they're not looking like horse girl, just like Lil Baby is joined by Dub Baby on stage with a real life actual baby to at Baby Fest, and I'm like, that all sounds like blah blah blah. I probably sound to the kids like the adults do in Peanuts.
Yes, that's why they do that. Wah, 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 because the parents don't, the adults don't matter to the kids.
Yeah, and they sound like
I watch Pluto TV for the most part now, just because it's like channels. I can watch my Becker. I can. I
just listen. We're turning to our grandparents, not even our parents. I'm skipping my parents and turning to my grandparents. You know what I like to do? Curl up with a good episode of In the Heat of the Night.
Girl, you think that's something, girl? I set my grandson down. I tell him, you better eat this, or you ain't gonna be eating nothing else.
I like to just put a little rum in my tea, and just sit down in front of the television, turn on Murder, She Wrote.
Yes, girl, I'm there with you. And you know what? When I put my cat up, I take my feet and I put him in some Epsom salt. Girl, you feel like a brand new woman in the morning.
It's just like. It's simplified. It's the fact that it feels like it's curated. I think that's what I miss about. This is if we want to talk about conspiracy theories. My conspiracy theories is that these major broadcasters don't want you to know that you can buy an antenna to watch TV for free.
Yeah. You can't purchase those TVs anymore.
Why have I never seen an ad for an antenna? Why have I never? Point. You would think that CBS would be like, hey, television company that sells TVs, can you have a version that comes with an antenna?
which is crazy on two levels. Because one, you're right. I've never seen an ad for an antenna. I guess it's counter. Why haven't I seen an ad for antenna? Especially like if you're one of these tentpole stations. But it's also kind of funny because like they let Netflix put ads on NBC, like Netflix is 100% the competitor. Like they taking people away from y'all, and they're like, you can do that. And then the other thing is now I'm almost scared to tell somebody just get an antenna because the major stations have capitulated to Trump. Now I'm like, because it used to be like, no, you go to ABC, CBS. That's not the crazy news. That's the news. That's what really happened today. And now I'm like, I don't know if Barry White's gonna let them tell everybody that Don Lemon got arrested. She don't agree with that.
Yeah.
You better get so you can hear what's happening in American covering America from another country. You're like, oh, that's the truth.
A radio.
Yes.
But you know what? Credit to all the black children that won't be beaten with antennas. Okay, we don't think about that.
We saved the whole generation. Yeah,
but I had a friend, Eric. He's never been right because his mama believed in hitting people with them antennas. I was like, that's too far. That's abuse to me. But she didn't agree.
I found a wormhole on YouTube where it's a bunch of black sitcom pilots. Some of them like pilots that never got turned into full TV shows. It's fascinating. Or some of it's like a one season wonder. There was one with David Allen Greer. I forget what it's called, but he plays just like this nerd who works in a detective. He works at a magazine called Stuff. It's called the Spencer episodes or something like that. It's so weird, but I've been enjoying that. Just like watching, like, whoa, this was Arsenio's time to try having
getting all the way to pilot and not getting greenlit. That's gotta suck, man.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
That's part of the industry, but man, because like once that happens, pretty much the idea is dead too. Because like they own all that shit basically. So no matter how much work it took to get to almost greenlit, it's over. I crushing. But I remember they had that dude. Wasn't it Shay something? He's such a great actor. But there was a sitcom where he was going to play a slave for Lincoln that essentially wrote.
On UPN, I think.
Yeah, it was like such and such of Desmond, whatever, and Jesse Jackson and NAACP must have gotten hold of that.
Show never got released.
They heard that idea before that shit came out, boy. I think they had one episode exactly. Like I think it might have played after like Living Color of the Super Bowl.
Okay,
and I don't think the rest of that season hit the world.
Because Ben, I remember watching that with you. No, it did not. because they was like new.
Yeah. The Secret Life of Desmond Pfeiffer was the name of it. The Misadventures
Homeboys in
of
Outer
Abraham.
Space. So someone just
Nah.
Yeah.
Homeboys in Outer Space. That's another one. I was like, man, that shit never got off the ground. Shy McBride was in it. Was in this Secret Diary of Desmond Pfeiffer. The Misadventures of Abraham Lincoln, his loony associates, and the only sane man among them, the president's black butler, Desmond Pfeiffer, who is the one who really got us democracy and freed the slaves, according to the pilot or whatever. And apparently at that time, you were not allowed to laugh about that. And so that dream died. You know, maybe it came along at the wrong time. I feel like you could pitch a slavery show now, it might get greenlit.
Yeah.
It's like CBS, look, man, come on. I know what y'all trying to do over there. Let's bring slavery back, okay? It's kind of
we telling the same story.
Yeah. All right, let's do a couple if you don't mind. Let's do a couple segments here with Tim.
Okay.
Before we wrap up, you know, we do segments here on the podcast. Some of them have like music and intro songs. This one does. Let's do Black Capitalism with Tim, and we'll explain the Black Capitalism segment when we come back from this short intermission. Boom.
Shout out to Will Smith. I hear y'all talking, but the only thing I'm listening to is that paper. Every day we get into that paper. I hear the money talk, I see you later. Every day we get into that paper. I hear the money talk, I see you later. I think I forgot Aaron Johnson supposed to be on the plane out of business.
So Black capitalism is when we go around the globe, find different articles that are talking about things Black people are doing, getting money, and then we just support them, okay? Because honestly, they're the only Black capitalists are the only people that really get to the Black community, except for Mackenzie Bezos or Mackenzie Scott. So we like to celebrate our Black capitalism. We feel like it's not the same as white capitalism, okay? Beyonce don't own slaves, okay? So I'm gonna give her some credit. Beyonce teases Act 3 with a rock and roll bodyguard team. People think the third act. First she had the house music, then she had the country. They think it's rock and roll, Karen.
I was right.
You was right.
I remember years ago.
You did say
when they was like, it's gonna be in 3 acts, and people. I don't even remember if Act 2 may have been pronounced just like they had just said something, and I was like, I bet you her. You
said you wanted to see rock and roll.
Yes, I was like, it's gonna be rock, and the biggest reason why I said that is because of Lemonade. She had that song they was doing. They were doing them guitar riffs.
Yeah,
and she was out there with shit. Yeah, I was like, you know what? That shit's gonna be flames because it's gonna be them white folks gonna be mad because it's gonna be a mixture of them guitars, them real heavy metal guitars, along with beats, along with bops, along you like you know, because she kind of redoes it in her own way, and so I'm not gonna lie, she do that rock, it's gonna be fucking flames.
You know what? And let me give you your props. I'm gonna play your sound for you.
Yay! I was right about something. That's my little theme music.
Yeah, Karen, you do be knowing, and you did know that. I remember when you said that years and years and years ago. It might have even been before Renaissance. I think you were like, she's gonna make a rock and roll album one day.
Yeah, because we were just
for Lemonade, and I was like, wow, that's and now that's everyone's catching up to you, Karen.
Yeah, they would.
Beyonce rock and roll,
and you know what? Since we're in the Black capitalism, all for it. I love Beyonce, so I'm just saying that foremost before I move on with my sentences. I hope she put a rock album and that shit's like #1 on the charts. I hope they can't ignore it. So when they had a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, like they think when they pass it to us, like the country when she got to be there. Like I can't wait.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
But
all I
the
want.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is already like, they know that rock and roll is kind of like, I don't know, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Like they like LL Cool J is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Like they
Right. It's kind of become the music Hall
It's
of
more like a
Fame.
vibe. It's more like a rebellious energy. Yeah, yeah. It's not like
Yeah, like Missy's in there and stuff now or something.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, y'all just doing whatever y'all want to do. So yeah, I love it, and I think I the one thing I will hope is that rock will be less antagonistic towards someone experimenting with it as country, because country was they be getting too uptight over there, especially when look, white folks, I'm on to you, okay? I hear what this country music is. It's a lot of rap in this new country.
I'm like, hey, bragging about shit, right?
I'm like, I hear these songs. These ain't my dog got shot. Like this ain't that shit no
That's
more.
what a certain generation think with country, but yeah, country has evolved a lot.
Yeah, so I'm just saying we don't do like we be letting Post Malone come to the BET Awards. We don't be mean to him. So the least y'all can do is let our greatest artists, because Post Malone not even y'all greatest. Like, let's be honest, okay? Y'all just be sending anybody to BET Awards. But we send our best and brightest to the Country Music Awards. You just show some respect, man. It's all the music is black anyway. Y'all didn't come up with none of this shit. Just show a little respect. So hopefully rock and roll will not be whatever that country bullshit is, where it's like, we're not playing her songs on our top 100. Like, it's you don't, first of all, you don't even exist. You're not even a person. There's an algorithm somewhere just playing fuck whatever the music is in that area of the country. It's like there's like a fucking computer playlist. Stop pretending that you're somewhere like a disc jockey turning tapes between like giving takes. That's not what's happening in there. Just play the fucking song because that's what everybody wants to hear.
And I think with rock and roll has always been known as the rebellious music. So I could see, like you say, you're gonna have a subsection, but the most of them gonna be like, hey, our whole genre is rebellious. So come on up here and rebel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and ever since Honky Tonk Badunkadunk.
Come on. Like,
when did that come out? Like, ever since that, the argument has been mute since then. There's no
get out of here. I don't know about this old town road. Like, shut up.
Right.
Canadian hip hop legends.
Okay.
I'm not Canada. I love y'all. I'm not trying to be shady, but that is not a phrase I had ever thought I'd be saying in my life. But Canadian hip hop legends are getting their own stamps for Black History Month.
Let's go.
Michi Me can't stop celebrating after Canada Post called with news that'll make hip hop history. The Toronto rap legend will appear on an official Canadian stamp this February, along with Maestro Fresh West and Quebec Trio Museum. I'm not from Canada, y'all. These not my legends. I'm not meaning no disrespect. Please don't take it as disrespect, Canadians, and because I know America got beef right now with y'all. I know it's real. Y'all not even drinking liquor from here. I get it.
Y'all was like, that ain't got maple syrup. Get it off our shelves.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm just proud of y'all. I'm proud of y'all for not putting Drake on here or Snow, the Informer.
Ain't that the truth?
Congrats. Thank y'all. Let's see. Yeah, Michi Me said she was in disbelief. You're kidding me. And then I was just overjoyed. I'm still screaming at the top of my lungs inside. The Jamaican-born Toronto-raised rapper earned her spot by bringing Jamaican patois into Canadian hip-hop during the late 1980s. She became the first Canadian hip-hop artist signed to a U.S. label in 1988, paving the way for future generations. So without her, there is no Drake.
I didn't even know that.
And she the one that put the Jamaican patois into the Canadian hip hop just for Snow, the Informer, to steal that shit.
For it.
That white man, Informer. I was like, that's not even Jamaican.
No, I was like, that don't make sense.
Lick it boom boom down. That's the only part of that song that's Jamaican. Is lick it boom boom down. That's fucked up. He took all Michi Me credit. She's the godmother of Canadian rap. She built her career when the country barely had urban radio stations. I've never thought of the fact that Canada will have urban radio stations.
Yeah.
But I guess in the cities, that's probably where the black people live. So they probably got them there.
Yep.
Huh.
Yep. And like your larger populated cities.
Yeah. So shout out to her and Maestro Fresh West, who made his mark in 1989 with his single Let Your Backbone Slide.
Not let your backbone slide. Child, you and grandma need to go sit down somewhere.
Oh my God. Let your backbone slide. That sounds like, yeah.
That sounds like some stand-up in it music. What's this?
Hey, Clarence Carter, let your backbone slide.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he would make.
That Let Your Backbone Slide sound like a song where a person that's singing it does a talking intro before they start singing.
Yes.
You know, now I was raised in Mississippi. Yeah. Now we got a little dance. Like,
yes.
Montreal's Museum formed in 1986 to mix French, English, and Haitian Creole in their rhymes. Their multilingual approach show hip hop can speak every language and represent every community. This year, hey man, this is beautiful, man. Shout out to Canada. If I was Canadian, I'd go get these stamps.
I would too,
to support the black hip hop.
Yeah, I don't think we can buy them over here, but yes.
So shout out to the black capitalism of Canada. Hopefully they all got paid to get put on the stamp too. You know, I don't know how that part works.
You make me wonder, does Canada have a Steve Harvey, or is just Steve Harvey the Steve Harvey of the entire continent?
Right.
That's the great thing.
I have been assuming the American Steve Harvey is the Steve Harvey prime of all Steve Harveys, but I don't know that.
No.
There could be an Indian Steve Harvey that's twice as powerful as our Steve Harvey. We're like, damn. Now that's a Steve Harvey.
Now that's a Harvey for you.
Yeah, they both got the same mustache. That's
Same mustache. They both do Family Feuds, but he just a little bit better.
Oh man.
Like he do a whole Bollywood thing when he get off the stage. Instead of just getting off the stage and walking over, he like dance to you.
Yes, I would love that. Yes, everybody break out into a 2-minute routine. Let's go.
I want all the Steve Harveys to combine like Jet Li in one. There's just one all powerful cosmic Steve Harvey that has harnessed all the powers that Steve Harvey's have, making us all think like women and think like men,
acting like
ladies.
That's the thing. If Steve Harvey becomes the Supreme Court justice, that's the thing. I feel like that is where it's like
it's not funny.
There's a way to think like a man, act like a woman. Like if you're trying to project like what his voting status will be,
right.
There's a way that's kind of like liberal and almost like trans.
Yeah. I would love to see his platform. Although I feel like if we let Steve Harvey be a Supreme Court justice, all of a sudden they be ruling on shit where it's like, should people pull their pants all the way up?
Yeah.
You know, what's
above their waistline?
This week the Supreme Court is taking on what's with all this new hip hop in a landmark trial. They're trying to put NBA Youngboy in the RICO for some reason, because Steve Harvey don't understand what the fuck is all this hip hop.
Oh, this hippity hop.
The Supreme Court is taking what happened to chivalry. We're not really sure how this judgment will affect the rest of us.
We are not sure.
They passed over the whole citizenship thing and sent that back down to the lower courts.
Yeah,
but
they did.
Why don't men open doors? Apparently, is
what the rule is going to be at noon today.
They're just cut from CNN. I'm live outside the courthouse,
right? Yes.
Where they're taking on mixing plaid with stripes, and it doesn't look good for stripes. Getting some early comments from
this just in. They're going to say, should we be buying Cadillacs or Buicks?
Right.
That is the next ruling.
I'm sensing some bipartisan support because Clarence Thomas also seems to be pro Cadillac. All right, we're gonna find out when we get back. All right, let's do one more game. Let's play some Guess the Race with Tim. All right.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I'll tell you how. I'll tell you the rules after this break.
Yay!
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
Guess the Race is the game. We go around the globe, find different articles, normally crimes, and we guess the race of the people involved. And the chat room, Karen, and comedian, writer, podcast producer Tim Barnes will play along. And they're all
I
racist.
love this segment because I feel like whenever I talk about something that happens that's like, intense, I feel like the lingering question in someone's head is, some people outright ask it, like, what race was he? And I'm always like, what? Sometimes, like, what is the added information?
We're all playing it. We're all playing it.
I do it too. Yeah, where it's like,
yeah, it's America. It's like, it doesn't have to be crimes. Like, sometimes these articles will be nice things, but the point being, it's the undercurrent that we're always all thinking about it is kind of wild. It just like, even when I hear nice things, or just like a celebrity I don't know about yet, and you just tell me a few context clues, and I'll be thinking like, that sounds like a white man.
Yeah. Or you hear certain names, like, because I know as I got older, I was like, over my lifetime, because my name is simple, Karen. I know they walked in the room, look, and probably blinked their eyes twice. Was like, okay.
Yeah. Getting a jump on Valentine's Day, a misguided romantic passed $300 in counterfeit currency to purchase a floral bouquet and chocolates for the object of his affection, a dancer at a Florida strip club.
Oh, no.
Investigators allege that Alexander Bacon Depew, 32. Wait, Alexander Baker Depew.
Okay, that changes things. Okay.
Used the Funny Money Tuesday at a Clearwater florist. The accused man handed over 15 $20 bills to cover his $288 purchase. It was only after Baker Depew departed that a worker realized the bills were fake, marked with the word replica and the notation that the item was not legal tender and only to be used for motion pictures. After leaving the florist, Baker Depew headed to the nearby Oasis Cabaret, which advertises itself as a topless, full contact entertainment facility.
Oh, there could be full contact?
That feels extremely legal. like legalese. Like, you work at a strip club? No, I work at a topless, full contact entertainment facility. Let's not disrespect my job. I went to school for this.
Right.
I have 3 degrees in titties. Okay.
I'm going to get my master's.
I'm going back for my PhD, double D's. But it employs a woman that he fancies. And while at the strip club, he allegedly tried to pay for his bar tab with the phony 20s. How much can you really say you respect this woman you claim to like? Because you're gonna make it rain with fake money she can't spend. That's you starting the relationship on a lie. You got to think like a man. Act like a woman. We're questioning about his bouquet chocolates purchase. He reportedly admitted to obtaining the merchandise from the florist in order to give it to the female dancer at the strip club. Court records do not indicate what, if any, relationship existed between the dancer and the defendant. One filled with lies, is what I say. He is listed as a transient in his arrest report. So where was he gonna take her? Let's go back to your place. So he's hit with other felony counts because a frisk of his person turned up with cocaine and methamphetamine. He's being held in the county jail in lieu of $21,000 bond. Karen, I'll let you go first. Guess the race of Mr. Alexander Baker Depew.
Depew? I'm going white.
Okay. Tim?
I'm going white as well, just because what you mentioned. I don't know if the level of the legalese, as you described, would have been written for a black man.
Let's check the chat room, see what they believe. That's not a race. Meth white If he wanted to, he would pass as Haitian India. Okay. 3 names white. Depew equal the white. Making flowers rain with fake money black. Snow White. Okay. Chat GPT is my therapist white. Damn, that does feel very white though. White. Method actor number 2 white. Got his white girls mixed up white and meth white. The correct answer is, and I do like that. Got the white girls mixed up. I see what you did with the cocaine. That was fun. The correct answer is white. Most of you got it correct. I think one person missed it, so I had to play the booze, and then I'll bring up his picture.
Okay.
And that's him.
Wow.
Alexander Baker Depew. So far you guys are 1-1. Let's go to the second one. Florida man, 51, has been busted for sexual performance with a vacuum cleaner.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
You wonder how I got here.
I could have got away with it clean. That's what the vacuum cleaner was for. I didn't think we'll leave any prints. Like this is kind of gross, but I just pictured the police when they did the evidence, like CSI, they would like had to fingerprint the tube of the vacuum cleaner for like his dick print. Like, yep, that's his dick right there. You just trace it around with the dust. Pull your penis out. Yep. This is you going to jail, buddy. I'm just gonna tell you right now.
Now we're about to take you to jail.
This is better than DNA evidence right here. This is your dick on this tape. A Florida man was arrested yesterday for indecent exposure after he allegedly engaged in a sexual performance with a vacuum cleaner at a gated resort community near Disney World. Oh.
But we don't know what the sexual performance is, right?
We don't.
Yeah.
Could have been a lot. Could maybe put the handle inside himself. We don't know.
That's true.
You know?
He's trying to put something up.
Yeah. According to police, witnesses provided statements and a cell phone recording showing him partially clothed and communing with the appliance.
These words, this is amazing. Communing with the appliance.
Shout out to thesaurus.com. The deputies, there was like somebody was like, we can't just put fucking in the article, right?
No, we can't. We have to be creative.
Can you look up some synonyms for fucking a vacuum cleaner?
And this is the one they came up with.
Have you looked up? Have you seen? Did anyone say communing with the appliance? Okay,
that's good enough for me.
Deputies responded last Thursday to Windsor Hills Resort in Kissimmee after receiving 911 calls about a male suspect's lewd vacuum encounter.
I mean, my thing is this. Did he go out there like 2:00 in the morning, everybody asleep? Now I heard they suddenly and everybody, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. It's not an appliance you can fuck quietly. That's a good point.
And he probably outside out in the open. So if you're doing it like late at night, you probably woke up everybody in the poor community.
Who's vacuuming at a time like this?
I thought the pool was closed, honey.
Go back to bed, honey. He's not vacuuming. Just turn around. Is he fucking that vacuum? No, he's communing with an appliance. Okay, there's a whole.
Leave that man alone, because that husband's like, I don't know how to do whatever bullshit is gonna happen if she tell me to go out there. So let me end this before she make that demand.
A lewd vacuum encounter also feels like, you know how they have those weird sex novels that be on like, I fucked a werewolf or whatever.
Yeah.
There's gotta be a vacuum one of those. Gotta be.
It's somewhere out there. I haven't found it yet, but I guarantee you it's somewhere out there.
My favorite thing about the Libby app, the app from the public library, is that like most of the books that I see that are checked out are those weird kind of like, sexual interactions with an alien kind of
People
books.
actually really enjoy those things. I think a lot of people don't talk about them publicly,
right?
But when it comes to that with werewolves and vampires, like they've been doing these things for decades.
And now vacuum cleaners,
and vacuum cleaners in there somewhere is their version of isekai. I got reincarnated as a vacuum cleaner.
I'm sure it's in there. Yeah.
Somewhere.
But by the time the cops arrived at the scene, the man had left the area.
Oh, he gone?
Yeah, and
Where was he?
he cleaned up the crime scene with his lover. A subsequent investigation. Oh, yeah.
What do you do with the appliance after discovery?
Oh,
What
it's
does the
evidence.
rest of the family do?
It's evidence. I think that thing going with the police, fam.
They gonna pick it off the bricks.
I'm just saying, like in another context, if you caught your husband.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Well, first of all, if I catch Karen having sex with a vacuum cleaner, one of them's got to go. Okay. Because it's not gonna be fair happening in my house, not on my watch.
One of them got to go.
Okay.
You are the vacuum cleaner. You decide.
Yeah. One of y'all does not stay here anymore. Okay. This is a dustbin. We sweep now. Now we sweep the house. Are you happy? It's a lot harder to sweep carpet.
It is.
But so the cops got there. He was gone. A subsequent investigation resulted in the identification of Westerhold. That's this guy's name, Kevin Dale Westerhold, 51, who cops say is suspected based on witness accounts and video evidence of several other instances of indecent exposure on the property. Westerhold and his wife. Oh, when she finds out about this vacuum cleaner, she's Dale. You were fucking the vacuum cleaner? I could understand if you would have fucked the nanny or even the maid. The vacuum cleaner is not a person.
Do we need to have a conversation? If you're gonna cheat right.
They rented out of Airbnb together in they own condos at this resort and they rent them out via Airbnb. Okay. So he's a property owner with a wife and he fucking vacuum cleaners in public. He was arrested Tuesday. Oh, they didn't even catch him the same day. You know how shameful that's gotta be? 48 hours later, like, yo, you come with us. You know what this is about. I know what this is about. You got the right to say, I know. All right. Daddy, why? Like, he's driving his kids off at daycare or something. Daddy, why? What happened? Don't worry about it. Don't tell your mom to just come get me out of jail. He's charged with exposing his sexual organs, a misdemeanor because it is Florida. It's just a misdemeanor. He's booked in county jail on $2,500 bond. He did not appear to still be in custody. And yeah, that's him. So guess the race of Mr. Kevin Dale Westerhold.
White.
All right.
Yeah, that sounds like. I'm gonna guess white just because that sounds like a name from Game of Thrones.
It kind of do. I can hear I heard the trumpets.
Yeah, maybe not Kevin, but
yeah. You might say Westerhold. Like, it could be Kevin, but it's gotta be spelled with like 3 Y's. You know, George. George like to be unorthodox. Kevin, KYVYYN. Apparently didn't suck up all the evidence afterwards. Dyson White. He loves his suction on his Electrolux white nonsense. White Knight. Doofy from Scary Movie White. That's a good reference. Kiss Me Communing White. He just rating it for performance white.
Oh no.
Come on. I give it 3 stars. Honestly, it wasn't the best. I asked G's and it said to go for it. White. Good Lord, White. Only a Caucasian could call such a Dyson situation a white wreck. You suck, White. Correct.
That's hilarious.
Everyone said the same thing. Everyone got it correct. He was white.
What would the community do if he ended up being a black man? Like what?
Man, that has happened before, and everybody be like,
listen, that was one of my favorite ones is when everyone is dead set on like that's a whatever race, and it don't be, and they be like, oh my God, what kind of monster am I? But that's why we play the game.
Sticking to my stereotype.
You're either good at the game or you're not racist. Those are the only 2 choices. If you miss them all the time, you're just not a racist person. You should be proud of yourself.
I'm very proud.
But you suck at guess the race. Just letting you know. All right, last round. You guys are both 2 for 2. So we're gonna have to go more racist this round. Okay.
More.
How can I be racist about anybody or anything in my life. How can I?
Call them niggas. Just call them niggas. Go change fried chicken and big guy, fast high jumping spear, chucking 360-degree basket.
It's all tied up here in the bonus round of Guess the Race. Let's see if we end on a tie or if someone pulls ahead here.
Okay.
A man used a rock to rob Taco Bell, climbed through drive-through window, and chased employees around the parking lot demanding money.
He put it between a rock and a hard place.
A rock and a hard shell.
Yeah.
Man is headed to prison after he robbed a Florida Taco Bell with a rock and chased employees.
What's the hotel beside him? Beside this Taco Bell?
The hotel.
The hotel where the dude woke everybody up with the vacuum cleaner. Oh. Beside the Taco Bell.
It is a lot of Florida today.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even realize that's what happened. Yeah. Oh, that's a good point, Karen. But no, he chased them around the parking lot, started demanding cash. Key Warren Anderson, 40.
Okay.
Key Warren Anderson was sentenced Thursday to serve 4 years behind bars for an armed robbery that occurred last year at Taco Bell. Cops responded around 12:30 a.m. So it was about the time of fourth meal. And witnesses said a man with his shirt around his head entered the store through the drive-through window armed with a large rock and demanded money. The man chased
is it armed if it's a rock?
Right. I know that's how Killer. When Batman was pretending to be Killer Croc and said he killed Batman, did say he did it with a rock, but I don't think that's a. But isn't Killer Croc? I don't know what race he is. You know what? Moving
Crocodile.
On. The man chased the employees out of the store and around the parking lot, still carrying the rock and clamoring for cash. He then left on foot. How big was this rock?
Yeah, I need to see it. It's hard to visualize this.
Right.
Yes.
Like, was it above his head? Cops were able to track the man using a K9. They tracked him to a dumpster nearby. The employees identified him as a suspect, who is also known as Tony the Tiger.
This is getting into that horse girl universe,
right?
Where it's like,
right.
That's another crossover.
Yeah. So Key Warren Anderson is also known as Tony the Tiger around there.
Okay.
He admitted to being at the Taco Bell with the rock during the robbery attempt. He said he was homeless and he needed money. Anderson did not get away with any cash. He was arrested on an armed robbery charge. He's been behind bars ever since. On Thursday, he pleaded no contest. He was adjudicated guilty and given credit for nearly 200 days he's already served behind bars. While he was in jail, he kicked and slapped a corrections officer while he was fighting.
So they added the 200 days back then?
Well, he was fighting another inmate at the time. So maybe that's why. I don't know. I don't know how. They didn't say they added anything.
No, I'm just making a joke.
Oh.
Yeah, you was like, they took away 200 days. You say you got in a fight. I was like, well, then they added 200 days back then.
Yeah, it was like, actually, you can keep them days. He also pleaded no contest to battery by a person at a detention facility. His sentence will run concurrently with the 4-year prison term for the robbery case. Guess the race of Key Warren, Tony the Tiger Anderson.
Tony the Tiger is black.
I think you mean it's black.
I agree. I think Tony the Tiger is black. I think every black man has a moment, has a John Q moment. Sometimes it's taking over the hospital with a gun. Sometimes taking over Taco Bell with a rock. This is a black man handling business.
He looked at that. He looked at that menu and was like, why is nothing 99 cents anymore? And then that's how it starts. It's like, I used to get a big beef Mexican milk for $1.19.
Come on through, yeah.
Let's see. Who secured a home and means, bitch better have my money. Black tis a Negro. When Negroes get into meth, this happens. Black got a nickname known in the hood, physically imposing, feats of athleticism equal Negro. Black, Rock Nation Ninja, and Black. The correct answer is everyone got it.
Hilarious.
Black. Correct.
Nice.
Here's the picture.
Can you find a picture of The Rock? Is there footage of this?
Yeah.
They don't have a picture of The Rock, but he kind of looked like Antonio Brown to me. And the crime sounds like something Antonio Brown would do. I'm just saying.
Right.
Look into it, guys. I just sound like Trump at the end. Look into it. Like, there's nothing to look into. It's a joke and it's not real. All right. Last thing that we do here is we got to do a little community service, guys. It's time to spread the word about swords and the violence they cause in the world. Sword ratchetness. There's a long sound effect. We'll be back in about 10 seconds. And he's dead. Sword ratchetness. It's time for us to spread the word and awareness about how much violence are still being caused by swords every day. We talk about gun control in this country, but what about sword control? And how are we going to control the guns if we can't control the swords? Let's think about it. A teenage boy was injured with a samurai sword at busy Dudley Mall on Black Friday. I did not know they had Black Friday in other countries. This is the UK. So y'all do Black Friday over there too. Interesting. Does that mean y'all do Thanksgiving? Why would they do Thanksgiving?
Yeah, they don't.
They might not take the day off, but they go, well, Americans doing Thanksgiving because you know when shit shut
feel like
here, they might take it off, but they're like, the Americans ain't working. What are we doing today?
Huh?
I mean, they may have it for some other colonization experiment. You know, they may have their own.
Their own version. Oh yeah.
Yeah, their own.
Interesting. I did not, because this is from the Mirror in the UK. I was just like, y'all do Black Friday. It'd be weird to do Black Friday and no Thanksgiving to me, I guess.
Yeah.
Like y'all don't get the good part of it. Y'all just get the sales. It's like, what about the food? They're like, man, fuck that food. Why did them Indians help them people?
Right.
First of all, fuck them people, and fuck the other day, July 4th. That's also a bitch ass holiday.
Right.
A teenage boy was taken to the hospital after being injured with a samurai sword at a busy shopping center on Black Friday. Police and paramedics were called to the incident at Mary Hill Shopping Center in Brierley Hill, Dudley, on Friday, November 28th, when the teen was hurt. He was treated for injuries before being taken to the hospital for further assessment, but he did not sustain serious injuries. Shoppers and restaurant workers said they saw knifemen carrying a samurai sword at a busy shopping center. Witnesses told Birmingham Live that the incident took place at Mary Hill's food hall known as Eat Central. 3 or 4 guys, roadmen, come running through here. One guy was chasing and then slashed another guy. I don't know. That's probably how they talk. The food hall remained open after the incident. West Midlands police said it was made aware of a group of people armed with a weapon just after 3:30 p.m. Wow, that's crazy. It was 3 people. How can 3 people be armed with a sword? It's a sword.
They got stricter gun laws out there, so they gotta. It's you're either like Taco Bell guy with a rock, or you got.
Like if y'all was walking close to him, you also was carrying a sword. Just that's how we do here. We don't play that shit.
Of the sword.
They said they rode up to the mall and got called to the scene at 3:39. And they said they're aware of an incident that occurred at the center this afternoon. And they're assisting in the investigation. And sound like they still haven't necessarily found the person. So be careful if y'all about a mall, Mary Hill's food court, Eat Central. But no, we got some UK listeners. Y'all keep your head on the swivel, man. These motherfuckers got swords. All right. Tim, tell the people about where to go to hear about Judge Travis and to subscribe and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'll put the link in the chat here. Just go to judgetravis.com. You can subscribe anywhere you get podcasts. If it's iHeart, if it's Spotify, if it's Apple Podcasts, just do that. That's it. That's where you get all the information about Judge Travis.
All right, man, and we appreciate you coming, man. You're welcome back anytime.
Yes,
you don't
you
just have to come when you
are.
got something to promote. If you ever
Nope.
just want to hang out, that's fine too.
Yes, we'll be here.
And you know, we'll chop it up. Guys, for us, I mean, we're snowed in, so I imagine we'll be doing a show I mean, you got the show today. Tomorrow we might go to, I don't know what's going to happen. We got a basketball game tomorrow. I have no idea what like how that's supposed to work.
They might bump that.
They might change the time. So just keep your head on the swivel and be looking out for us here and social media. We'll let you know what our next show is. All right. Until next time. I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye, everybody.
Thanks,
Bye, Tim. It was fun, fam.